All right, so at the time of this recording, we are about a half hour from the opening bell. Gold has dropped 0.94%, around $17 to currently at 1789. Silver has dropped 0.93%, about 26 cents to $27.45. Now, do not get worried. The reason why is because the trajectory is still on gold and silver side. Now you may be asking, well, how is that? Take a look. They're dropping like a log. But if you take a look at the competitors for the metals right now, as you know by this point, that is fiat. We have the dollar, or I should say the DXY better yet, shooting up right now. It's about at 90.34, and it's been shooting up pretty much after the 8 a.m. hour. And what we've been seeing today is just a little bit of a break from the norm. Now, what do I mean by the norm? Well, we started to see a little bit of a trend develop in recent days of the DXY beginning to make a downtrend again. But in the background, what if I told you that the pressure is still continuing to mount and it still is poised to mount? Now, take a look at this. We have the British pound here at 1.41. Now, I hadn't looked at the pound versus the dollar in a while now, but I hadn't seen it above 1.40. I'd pretty much seen it around that 1.3 mark, and every now and then it was toying around the 1.2 mark. So seeing it in the 1.4 mark is pretty alarming to me. And it recently happened within the month of February. As you can see, over the last month, it's been trending upwards. Now, today, it has dropped from 1.42 to about 1.41. So this is allowing the US, or this is allowing the dollar to gain a little bit of momentum today. But over the past 5 trading days, as you can see, the pound had been rising. And again, over the last month, it had been rising. Now you may be asking, well, why is that? Why is the pound rising and giving the dollar a run for its money? Well, Goldman Sachs has some things to say about it. Take a look at this article. Goldman Sachs says pound sterling has first mover advantage, hits fresh highs against both euro and dollar. Take a look at this quick quote. The momentum behind the British pound is strong, and foreign exchange strategists at Goldman Sachs says the UK currency is presently benefiting from a first mover advantage in the global Rona shot rollout. Sterling's 2021 advance extends into the midweek session with the pound to euro passing 1.16 and the pound to dollar going past 1.41. The Wall Street Investment Bank says in a research note out this week, the rollout and the decrease in infection rates in the UK means the UK is well positioned for a near term rebound. Now, I'm going to pause really quick. For those of you who don't know about some of the reasons why some of the G10 currencies within the foreign exchange markets, G10 being some of the big, large currencies that, or currency pairs that, we may be familiar with, such as the pound to US dollar and others. What makes the pound move is global growth and global growth expectations. And just want to throw that in there just to give you some context for the pound. Now, to wrap this quote up, it ends by saying the UK recorded its lowest daily infections of the year at 8,489 on February 23rd, and 1 in 3 adults, think about this, 1 in 3 adults had received a first dose of the shot as of Tuesday. 1 in 3 adults. So I'm not too surprised to see, given the fact that the uh, British pound uh, gained strength on global recovery. And obviously, as we know, the 2020 issue is probably the main reason as to why things have slowed down so much recently globally. The fact that 1/3 of people within the UK have received that first dose is a pretty interesting sign as far as why the pound has regained. Now, also consider this: there are fewer pounds in circulation than dollars. Again, I'll say that again. There are fewer pounds in circulations than dollars. So, as we anticipate more stimulus coming from the United States, that number or that difference, that spread in how many pounds there are versus dollars will continue to widen. Now, recently, I had shown this graph here, or I should say this graph here, of the United States and infection rates plummeting in early January here of the Rona. Now, take a look at the UK. It hit this huge, just rapid peak here, and then hit this huge, rapid decline here. And as you can see here, new cases and infection rate, just like the article said, 8,489 daily cases within the UK. So, in addition to this, check this out by the the Washington Post, not the Wall Street Journal. First real-world Rona shot data in Britain show decline in infections, hospitalizations after first dose. So the Washington Post and perhaps others are starting to see some kind of relationship between the dose and these infection rates coming down. Now, if you think about it, the first rollout started to happen in December in the United States. In early December, many people within the medical field start to get their first inoculations. And then by the end of the month, many of them got their second inoculations. And as you can see here, in early January, things have really dropped off. So again, let's bring it back to gold and silver. Even though we're seeing this drop today, I expect that that continued downward pressure on the dollar relative to the pound increasing will only help to lift gold and silver prices in the near term. Again, I'm not even talking about the stimulus right now. Of course, that's going to also help along with giving rise to the dollar, giving rise to gold and silver. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about Britain's prospects for reopening and its potential impact on gold prices and silver prices. Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's Black Bullion for goldandsilvertoday.com.